1.66 mile tri-oval. Pit window somewhere between 31, 36 laps, somewhere in that area. 55 miles per hour is what they got to slow down to get on the pit road. Last year we saw Timothy Peters win. He's your pole sitter today. Wants to make it 2 days or 2 years in a row.
Glasses over your shoulder. Don't worry about him. You've got a race. Hope everything goes good. We hope it goes good for you guys as well to stay in that point. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
Pretty Dew and his comical boss, Kyle Busher, on pit road as the trucks come by. Make sure you pick out your favorite driver. The reason we want you to know more about Eric Jones, this young man is special. Check out Sprint Vision, all the great things he's already accomplished here in his short time as a national championship contending driver on Sprint Vision. Eric Jones nose it ahead on the inside and he's Eric Jones is a winner here at the Phoenix International Raceway. He'll take the victory here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And Eric Jones at the age of 18 wins his first Nascar Xfinity Series race.
Behind the scenes, so don't worry about that. We're going to keep you informed throughout the course of the event today. We're also going to give you the Motor Racing Network call. Travis Quapple heading off there, so he's going to have to play some catch-up here, but he should have plenty of time here. So that's it, fans. Jump up on your feet, stand up, give them a big Talladega salute as we get ready to go racing here for the Camping World Truck Series. The Camping World Truck Series Fred's 250, powered by Coca-Cola at Talladega Super Speedway. Give them a great Talladega send-off.
There he goes. We might catch up.
Awesome.
We're going racing one more lap until green flag action.
Dang, guys, I'm starting that.
From Eric Jones in the inside line. That will shove him away to the lead. Jones now goes to second. Townley beginning to backslide now. Here comes Ben Kennedy. He'll drive to the inside line for the number 3 position out of the back stretch.
That's where the race is on right now for the number 3 position. John West Townley leads the outside line. They've got a lot of drivers stacked up down low. Up front though, Timothy Peters, in command off the end of the Alabama Gang Super Stretch.
And he has drafting help from Eric Jones and Ben Kennedy as the inside lane continues to advance. Matt Crafton up to the 4th spot. Spencer Gallagher in 5th. As John West Townley back to the 6th spot side by side with Brian Keselowski.
Outside lane just not working early on this afternoon. Townley falling back to the 6th spot. Timothy Peters showing the way. First man in that outside lane remains John West Townley. He runs wheel to wheel now with Keselowski for that number 6 position. Brian Keselowski down low, John West Townley up high.
Now they're just trying to keep a spot in the top 10, but he's going to need more drafting help on the outside line to get that done. They're all help downstairs, and that's what is propelling that inside line to the front.
And the outside lane continues to back up even more now. It's going to be another Jones to the inside of the racetrack. That is Brandon side by side for 7th with John West Townley in the outside lane. He has traffic help from Daniel Hemrick.
John West Townley not willing to give it up yet, although he would probably like to fight. He races side by side with Brandon Jones. Again, he's got some drafting help, but maybe not just enough at this point.
Not quite enough here in the early going. John West Townley ducks down, trying to get a little side draft to help his forward advance, but it's not going to work right now. From the pack, it is all Timothy Peters.
That outside line continues to be led by John West Townley, Daniel Hemrick there. Then you got the Kyle Busch Motorsports teammates and Matt Tipt and Christopher Bell. Still no one outside, breaking out. All the help is downstairs.
And it's currently led by Timothy Peters, has help from Eric Jones, Ben Kennedy, Matt Crafton, Spencer Gallagher, and Brian Keselowski. They are all single file. Then the side-by-side racing begins from 7th on back.
6-truck lead down to the inside of the racetrack. Still to the top side, John West Townley. Line up behind him. What are your options? What can you do?
Well, they fell back early, and it seems like the top lane is a little bit tighter now, and they're starting to bump a little bit more aggressively, and they're starting to make some ground actually back up on that bottom lane. But at the beginning, the bottom lane was just so tight together that the top didn't have the help it needed, but now it seems like the top is finally starting to form, and we can see if they'll go back to the front.
Over in front of you, Mike Bagley.
Timothy Peters, your leader. Running in second, Eric Jones, Ben Kennedy, Matt Crafton, Spencer Gallagher, your top 5.
And here comes that outside lane, led by John West Townley, back up alongside Brian Keselowski for the 6th spot. Then it's Brandon Jones to the inside of Daniel Hemrick, followed by Matt Tift, the 3rd truck in that outside lane. He's side by side with Tyler Reddick.
John West Townley started on the outside of the racetrack. That's where he still resides. They're moving up a little bit, currently up alongside Brian Keselowski for 6th in turn 1.
And as mentioned, they're getting a little more aggressive on the bump drafting. Daniel Hemrick applying the front bumper to the back bumper of the John West Townley machine, trying to push him forward in that high groove.
But they're still outnumbered. They need more help in the outside. One driver that got to shuffle back on lap 1 that's trying to regain some of that lost ground. Johnny Sauter, virtually at the tail end of the field, and now he'll break down and stack up 4 wide in 3.
Way up to the top side of the racetrack for Johnny Sauter with Clay Greenfield and John Hunter Nemechek and one other truck. That is the Austin Hill machine all the way to the bottom. Still 4 wide off of turn 4.
All of this battling going on 4 wide outside of the top. Eric Jones, Ben Kennedy, Matt Crafton, and Spencer Gallagher in pursuit.
Johnny Sauter said before the race to us that he might drop back and do a little experimenting this afternoon. Apparently he tried the 4 wide line. Didn't like it a bit. He's back in line toward the tail of the field.
While up front, Timothy Peters continues to keep Eric Jones in his rearview mirror. Here's John West Townley further back, trying to race wheel to wheel with Brian Keselowski.
And that is still for about the 6th position on the speedway. Keselowski to the bottom of John West Townley. Then it's going to be Brandon Jones to the inside of Tyler or Daniel Hemrick. Then Tyler Reddick. Next truck is behind to the inside.
You've got a better truck than a 4th place truck, but how quickly do you jump out of line and try to go to the front of the field?
Well, it depends how aggressive you want to be. You know, you can, if you're in the top 5 there hasn't been a threat of the 05 getting alongside you, and you can kind of block that top lane if you move up and put some air on them. So this early in the race, I definitely, especially don't blame the 88 for not wanting to pull out of line, and he's just kind of content riding there, and you can't blame him.
He sits in the 4th position. We're talking about Matt Crafton. John West Townley still on the top side of the banking.
Slowly but surely trying to climb the ladder with assistance from Daniel Hemrick. He's all the way up now into a side-by-side battle with Spencer Gallagher for 5th. Gallagher gives him a little side draft coming off turn 2.
Finally, Townley is able to try to break his way back into the top 5. He's been laboring around the 5th or 6th position, and right now he'll fall back into a side-by-side battle for 6th with Brian Keselowski.
Top 5 trucks, meanwhile, single file right to the bottom of the racetrack, continuing to be led by Timothy Peters. Eric Jones right there in 2nd. Ben Kennedy in 3rd. Matt Crafton 4th. Spencer Gallagher on the top 5.
John
John West Townley continues to be the first truck in that outside lane. He continues to try to... But he will have some work to do before he can get up there and contend once again for the race lead. Now 8 laps complete. Timothy Peters showing the way. Eric Jones riding right behind Timothy, pinned right at the bottom of the racetrack. Then comes Ben Kennedy. Matt Crafton is 4th. Spencer Gallagher is 5th, and Brian Kozlowski 6th. John West Townley is 7th. Brandon Jones 8th. Daniel Hemrick 9th, and Tyler Reddick rounds out the top 10.
Matt Tift is in 11th. 12th place is Christopher Bell. 13th, Chris Fontaine. Cameron Haley runs in 14th at lap number 8. 15th is Bobby Gerhardt. 16th, Mason Mingus. Timmy Hill is 17th. Johnny Sauter 18th. 19th is Stanton Barrett. And 20th is Terry Jones.
Ray Black Jr. 21st. 22nd, Travis Quaffle. 26th, Chad Boat. 27th, Tyler Young. Clay Greenfield, 28th. Tyler Tanner, 29th. Jordan Anderson, 30th. Jennifer Jo Cobb running 31st, and Norm Benning is running 32nd. And that's a look at the leaderboard on lap number 9 with Timothy Peters showing the way.
Early goings on here at Talladega Superspeedway. 10 laps out of the 94 complete. Things settling down here fairly decently. So as we continue to look, Timothy Peters is out front. Eric Jones quickly jumped up into 2nd place with Ben Kennedy 3rd, Matt Crafton in 4th place, and the 05 of John West Townley all in the top 5. Trying to make that out. It's not going to be the lane to be in until later on.
Yeah, and it seems that you just want to try and find out how stable you are up there, you know, throughout the beginnings of the race, because eventually that line's going to start working in, and that's where you're going to want to make sure that you are good to go. Your truck is locked in, and you can set sail on that top side.
John West Townley, as you can see, worked his way up. He's side by side for 3rd place right now. In the meantime, got the 2 Toyotas out front. Timothy Peters in the 17, Eric Jones in the 4, right here at Talladega Superspeedway in the early goings of the Fred's 250, powered by Coca-Cola for the Camping World Truck Series race, right here at Talladega Superspeedway.